The following is a transcript between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I am, originally recorded on September 6, 2020, under the constellation of Virgo, the mental week, examining through the heart chakra. Me. I go down from beliefs to the qualities, and through them I recognize my truths. What's the next step? I am. Let's recap. Beliefs are a perspective you have of the world. They build your idea of it and how you are in it. The qualities are those aspects that you have awakened in yourself or that you seek to awaken and be able to act in relation to those beliefs. And the methods by which you move and express those qualities within your beliefs, you will call your truths. The difference between a truth and a belief is that the belief implies a certain expectation and intention that things will happen as you expect them. Instead, the truths are those that you simply accept in the present. Taking the red pencil example from yesterday, your truth will be that the pencil is red, and your belief will be that the pencil can only paint or write red. Me. And isn't it? I am. No, because if you mix the red with the blue, you'll have violet, and the red with the yellow, you'll have orange. That is, there are other potentialities beyond what you believe. Me. Oh, I understand. But in a certain way, truths would also end up being a belief if we see it from the point of view of what you've explained yesterday about truths being perspectives that we have in a different universal wave. I am. Reimagine what we said yesterday. Remember that you perceive realities through electromagnetic wavelengths, of which the frequency of 680 nanometers will let you see the color red. Imagine that you vibrate in this tune, and therefore you can perceive the entire universe in a reddish tone. For you, the other colors are non-existent, and you cannot perceive or dream or imagine them. You're like, I can't believe what I don't see, right? For you, your truth is red, for you see it, and your belief is that there is only red. The truth is what you see and can verify. The belief here is the expectation that only that exists. Thus, the truth is the sentence that could be differentiated. I am red because my universe is red. From this sentence related to the belief that you would be the only thing that exists is red because I can't see anything else. Truth is related to feasible facts and belief to ideas of how things should be. The qualities that we awaken then will be in tune with our belief and our truths. Me, although they can hurt us. I am. Because beliefs can limit us to the point of making us believe that we can't get out of the red because transforming would mean losing everything we know and awakening the qualities that we don't know if we'll be able to manage. This leads us to self-deception, in which we distort the truths that we see in order to turn them into a belief, and we express them in the form of lies, numbing the possible latent qualities and generating limiting beliefs. Me. Yes, it's becoming more and more logical. In other words, going from red to orange is like what we usually say about going from the third dimension to the fourth dimension, and so yellow would be the fifth and green would be the sixth, etc. I am. Exactly. It is a change of dimension within the same wave, but it not only has to do with such broad aspects, but also with more specific concepts, such as a change in partners, jobs, becoming emancipated, moving, immigrating, adapting to a new culture and language, having a child, starting a project, all broadening the horizon of what is believed as truth. The dimension will come after you have at least been able to be open to the limits of the one that you're in. Me. And how do I know if I can manage to change my reality? I am. That's the next step. Recognize how useful you are in your reality. Descending from the throat, we meet in the heart, and the mental aspect of it is what we call service. Putting yourself at the service of the world, of others, of life, is allowing yourself to expand and share your qualities with others. Since beliefs shape your perception of the universe, your qualities are the tools in that cosmos, and the truth is what you assimilate from it, making it your own. Therefore, it is time to put those tools that you have assimilated from your perception of reality in service to the universe that surrounds us. Your heart is in the center of your chest, and from it projects both of your arms and hands, the expansion and physical expression of the positive and negative energies that we call giving and receiving, the flow of generating energy. While the connection with oneself occurs vertically, with the negative at the feet and the positive at the head, creating a circuit between earth and the sky, between the I and the I am, the left and right hands will generate the magnetism and circuit that projects the realities for others, for the horizontal world, and sharing with the fractals that surround me. For this reason, this center from the mental vision of the spirit represents the energetic mechanism that is put to service. And as long as the flow is correct and clean, you will be useful to the whole. Me, putting myself at service implies then recognizing what I am useful for in this life. Because if I make the effort to do things that I'm not good at, I am not only inconveniencing and delaying others, I am wasting my potential and time. I am. More than anything, how do you consider yourself useful? Recognizing this helps you to realize how your heart energy flows, whether it's applicable or not, whether it gives solutions to others or not. Here, there is no feeling or emotion or action, but concepts that one has formed of oneself. What are you useful for? Me. I must recognize then that everything I believe about myself generates the qualities that I manifest, that allow me to assimilate my truth, and thus I put myself at its service. Therefore, I must know in what I consider myself useful to recognize the negative and positive flows. That is, in what am I useful, but also in what I consider of myself as useless. I am. We could say that we all have the potential to do everything in life, which is true. But having the potential doesn't mean that you can do everything now. You have the potential to be a tree in you, but you cannot experience that potential until you die and are food for a tree. Then you will become a tree. Today, we have a certain active potentialities, and recognizing them in us makes us focus on trying to balance them. Seeing what we are useful for and what we consider ourselves useful for helps us to understand very well where the tools with which we will fulfill our mission and purpose in life are found. And seeing in what aspect we consider ourselves useless helps us to recognize in what things we need to complement with others. Me, humans consider useless to be a pejorative insult. I am. It is, if you take it as such. But it is not. Useful comes from the Latin concept uti, to serve or use, and ilius, possibility. Therefore, the possibility of being used in certain cases. The prefix in useless means that it cannot be used in specific cases. That doesn't make you useless, just useless. It means that you are good for other things, and in what you do not serve lies the strength of the team. If you all knew how to do everything, there would be no human civilizations. There would be just some humans scattered around the world. The strength of cultures and civilizations is precisely the uselessness of their individual, which entails symbiosis, collaboration, complementary, putting oneself at service, being a community. Everyone has something to give that the others do not have. Me, putting my qualities at the service transforms my truth and my belief. I am, exactly. So I ask again, what do you consider yourself useful for? Me. Well, today I wrote down that from my perception, I consider that I'm useful to guide, to explain, to find solutions. I am. And in what are you useless? Me. I could say that I'm useless in everything that has to do with numbers and mathematics, and I'm useless to help with anything that involves coordination as well. I am, and surely many other things. Meditate on them. Make a list. Put a title, Service of the Heart, and below 2 columns, one for what you consider to be useful, and others for what you consider to be useless. Identify both as parts of your abilities to give something to others, what you perceive you can give of yourself and what you cannot give of yourself in relation to others. Do not judge. We all have this polarity. It is what makes us have a family, friends, colleagues to live in society. Whenever you recognize what you're useful in, those who need you will appear. And whenever you recognize what you are useless in, those who can help you will appear. In the absurd human quest to appear strong and to be all-powerful beings and capable of doing things alone, many times you lose yourselves in pride, and it is not recognized that you need help. Me. I understand, it's true, so I'm going to write them down, and because I put myself at the service and I allow myself to be helped by others around me. I am. The biggest key to being of service from the heart is the ability to open up to the community, giving and receiving. Me. And I allow myself to be useless and receive from the heart of others. I am. And I allow myself to be useful and to give from the heart.
My heart's the heart.